Alright, first and foremost, I want to say Kalalali Hawa, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Kakadash. The one and still elders and apostles of great stone and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in all sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Yahaya from the James Kingston Jamaica camp here once again with a quick lesson. And all praises to the Most High for giving me the spirit to do this lesson, man. As you can see on the screen, is a video from RT, which is Russia Today. And basically what they're saying is that US and Russian navies go head to head in Black Sea and Pacific, right? And basically they're show of military might, right? So pretty much what happened is that America naval ships basically traverse close to Russia's borders, you understand, and that is a show of threat, or basically a sign of threat to the Russians. So the Russians responded in a manner that is basically warding off the American fleet from coming so close, right? And these things happening right now is according to prophecy. These things are necessary to heighten or intensify the motion for war, but it's not yet the time for that yet, man. Understand? But these things are basically thickening of the narrative to come forth for the war to draw closer. You understand? As the book of Revelation, I think it's Revelation 8. Let me see if I can pull it up. Right? Bear with me. Revelation chapter 8. See if it says. It says Revelation 8 and 13 say, I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Now those woes are in representation of the first, second, and third world wars, right? It makes mention that in Revelation 9 and 12, that one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. So the one woe that has passed is talking about World War One, right? So World War One and World War Two has occurred already, right? So there needs to be a last woe, and that last woe is basically close to the time of the blowing of the 6th and 7th trumpet, basically the final stage of the end or completion of this world, man. You understand? But the narrative that is being played out is basically in the book of Ezekiel, right? Let me see. Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 4. It says, And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth and all thine army. Who will the Lord turn back? Basically, he's turning back the Russians into a state where they are heightening their level of might in order to combat America, or to basically destroy America. You understand? And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And this is pretty much what is happening, yo. What is happening is that the Heavenly Father is brewing or mustering the host of the battle. You understand? Joel chapter 3, jumping down to verse 9, it says, Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, and wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphath, which means Yahweh's judgment, right? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, right? So that is what is happening right now. Right now, you notice that all these major nations are are increasing their military expenditure because it's basically a brewing of war, man. When you see America traversing so close to Russia, Russia responding in a hostile manner, right? These things are all brewing of war, right? Matthew chapter 24, Matthew 24 verse 6. We start at verse 4. It says, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all of these things, all of these navigations of ships and response and basically talking the media and threats saying that if America do this, then all of these things are all basically rumors of wars, man. You understand? You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? You're going to hear all of these narratives playing out, man. But the scripture say what the end is not yet, because we have to watch out for one particular event, which is the MOTB. You have to see what is happening in that regards, what is happening, because when that basically comes to fulfillment, then all the other dominoes and will start to tumble down, man. You see me? So, and you also have to refer to the book of Jeremiah 50 and 45, where they say, the least of the flock shall draw them out, which is pretty much referring to Israel. So we also have to watch those local events as well, man. But the end is not yet. And these things are basically thickening of the plot, thickening of the plot, because definitely these the scriptures must shortly come to pass, man. You understand? But yeah, these are things that we're supposed to keep eye on and watch the narrative and see how they are playing out, because they are all according to prophecy, right? So with that, I hope that this lesson was edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel. I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akar Kodash, the bonus to the elders and apostles of Graham Stone, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom.